Let's start this morning by giving our audience a little bit of history about the Earth Federation movement, and why you feel that a federated Earth is the rational and critical evolution from our current nation-state system of governance.
Well, our current nation-state system of governance, I think we're all beginning to realize, is not really governance, right? It's a global chaos. And since at least the early 1950s, the world has been subject to possible nuclear holocaust, which destroys all of civilization. So we know there's a very serious problem. And again, we know that nations worldwide are spending more than $1 trillion US a year on weapons and military that are so dangerous. Nuclear weapons aside, they're so dangerous that the possibility of invasion, the possibility of destruction, the possibility of a surprise attack is imminent everywhere. No one is safe anymore in this world. Going back to all the way back to World War I, the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom was one of the organizations. The leaders of that realized that World War I was not about good versus evil or aggression versus defense. It was a product of a system of sovereign nations for which there is no law above those nations. That's what it means to be sovereign. This system was first developed, most scholars agree, way back in 1648 at the Peace of Westphalia after the 30 Years' War in Europe. And the nations agreed they would have absolute boundaries. The governments would have authority over their internal affairs and complete freedom in their external affairs. And complete freedom without law is really a situation of law. And many thinkers pointed this out, like Immanuel Kant in the 18th century. He said this is a war system, inherently a war system. So the beginning in World War I, there was a significant movement. Many thoughtful people realized that we need law for the world, enforceable law over everybody, in which the big fish, the powerful countries, no longer have the right and the capacity simply to invade or subvert or overthrow weaker countries or exploit them with colonialism and neocolonialism and so on.